this actually comes up quite a bit. I've seen recently, or things that are related to this question. But basically, so the title is is being an influencer the only way to be successful on OnlyFans? I started my page a little over a month ago and started just promoting on Reddit. Then TikTok, IG, Twitter. Then TikTok, IG, and Twitter as well. Most of the advice about promoting is that going viral on IG Reels is the best way to get subs, but that has not been the case for me. I'm probably shadow banned, but I post at least one reel, TikTok, and tweet every single day, and I have basically no followers, views, likes, or anything. I've started to amass some followers here on Reddit, but literally none of them subscribe to me. I have one subscriber, yay, who found me through Twitter, and Twitter makes the most sense to me and is the platform I genuinely like the best. I didn't start OnlyFans because I want to be an Instagram Reels influencer. I really enjoy making OnlyFans content and interacting with fans, but I have zero interest in being an influencer or popular on IG or TikTok. It feels inauthentic to me and just don't personally want to spend a lot of time doing it. I realize it's not bringing me joy and it's making me feel burnt out. I'm trying so hard and putting so much consistent effort into these platforms to no return. I feel like try to go viral is just not my personality, but I want fans so that I can do the things that I came here to do that I actually like. So does anyone have advice for this? If I focus more on Twitter, could I still have a fair amount of fans? I'm not even aiming for anything crazy, or is IG, TikTok, Reddit angle absolutely necessary? I just want to do OF and not have to make 8 TikTok accounts.
This topic I could talk about for a long time because I resonate with this a lot. So prior to being an OnlyFans model, I was not on the internet. I am not built to be a fucking influencer like naturally at all. And I had immense resistance to creating video content and stuff like that in the beginning, because it didn't come natural to me at all. And I tried to avoid it as long as I fucking could. But, at the end of the day, I had to, and it is what made me find, the bit of success that I have had. I guess my take on this would be, if you only like Twitter, then sure, lean into that, but don't have expectation of having success like someone who's hitting viral videos on TikTok or Reels all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what I would say is, to basically just go on top of what you just said, it really just comes down to what are your expectations. And like she said in this post, she doesn't really want anything crazy.
Yeah, if you're okay
if you're just doing it for a hobby and you just want a handful of fans, then yeah, Twitter's fine for that. But if you want to, do OnlyFans full time, make a full time income, then that's a different story. So, and I resonate with this too, because I'm not extroverted. I don't do podcasts. I don't do YouTube videos, but I do. Why? Because it's not optional. If you want to have results, you have to do things that are uncomfortable for you. This was true, like, even if we go all the way back, and if you would have asked me when I was 20 years old, what is the worst occupation? What is the worst job that you can possibly imagine in your entire life? I would have said, door-to-door sales, cold calls, all that stuff. What did I spend a decade of my life doing? Cold calls, door-to-door sales, because those are necessary skills that you have to learn to get to a next level, or to, acquire those skills, because those are the fundamental skills that sort of power everything else you want to do, with whether it's your own business, working for someone, doesn't really matter. Those are just necessary skills, and they're not optional if you want to have a certain degree of success.
Well, and to kind of piggyback on what you're saying, I would say that that was one of the best moves that I made, was forcing myself to learn how to make that content. And even though like I don't do anything spectacular, but there is something to be said for like learning how to get comfortable on camera. And I think that, you know, spending a couple years doing reels and making TikTok videos helped me do that. Like I learned how to flirt with the camera and, you know, be more natural and, you know, what looks good, you know, what are your angles, how to move your body, stuff like that. It was really valuable.
Yeah. And all that not only like helped you be successful on OnlyFans, but like those were the kind of fundamental building blocks to now being on a podcast. Like that's something you probably would have never done before.
Oh yeah. If you would have asked me a few years ago, would you have a YouTube channel or whatever? Because I do like try-ons and, you know, I have all these ideas for YouTube now that I'm excited about. But if you would have asked me, hell no, I wouldn't have been on a podcast 5 years ago.
Well, yeah, you just touched on another thing that I think is important to mention, which is even if you can't stand doing something, the process of becoming proficient at it, it will become less miserable. Yeah. So like there's actually a certain degree of like when you get good at something, you actually start to enjoy it. I mean, you're not necessarily going to wake up and be like, oh, I can't wait to do this thing. But when you become skilled at a certain thing,
it's not quite as miserable.
Yeah, you actually start to enjoy the process a little bit. And say, oh, well, what if I do it this way? What if I do it that way? Or, you know, you can start to get creative, and rather than just waking up and be like, oh, fuck, I got to do this shit
And so
again.
we're not taking back our original answer. If your expectation is, you know, you're just doing it for fun, but, you know, if you're looking to like grow your skill sets and eventually like make it a bigger thing, then like I would definitely buckle down and learn how to be comfortable on camera and stuff.
Yeah, any business, doesn't matter what business I think that's like one of the worst narratives being peddled nowadays. Like if you listen to any influencer guru, they're going to be, just do what you love and the money will come. Just follow your passion.
Do what feels good.
Okay, sure. If what you love also happens to be extremely profitable, then sure, do what you love. If your passion is also extremely profitable niche, then sure, do what you're passionate about. But for most of us, the things that we're passionate about or the things that we really enjoy doing don't make money, and certainly not online most of the time. So there's always a component where there might be a small piece of it that you enjoy, but the majority of it is not, you're not going to be all, you know, so passionate. You just can't wait to do, like, that's not real for most people. By the way, if you want to join us in the OnlyFans Level Up community, that is where I share all of my best secrets and strategies for OnlyFans creators, many of which are hitting really big numbers, as you may have seen from various guests on this podcast. But either way, it's a great place to be if you want to network or learn all of the best secrets and strategies to grow your OnlyFans account. You can find all of that information with the link down in the description below. But for now, back to the podcast.